Okay. Okay, income approach problem number 2 in your workbook. We'll just go right in order on these. And again, you're saying the mantra every time. You're saying the formula every time through. You're plugging numbers in. You hope good things happen, but you got to watch out for tricks. If you know your stuff, tricks can't get to you. So here's the trick in this particular one. Notice it says a property has an effective gross income of $500,000. Well, in the last 2 problems, I started you right here. Gross potential minus vacancy equals gross effective. Well, look at the jerky thing we did to you on this particular problem. The first line says a property has a gross effective income of $500,000 with vacancy and credit loss of 4%. Do you see what we're trying to do? We're trying to make you subtract it from that number. But if you have learned the formula the way I suggested, you can't be tricked on that, okay? So the owner paid $50,000 in management fee. That sounds like a bona fide expense, so let's call that management fee. $50,000. Sounds about right, about 10%. $40,000 in property taxes. Well, property taxes, it costs property taxes to run the building, doesn't it? Now remember, that's not his income tax, that's his property tax. Okay? Debt service of $60,000. Why is that put in there? We're trying to get your attention. And other management fees of $180,000. Doesn't really say what they are, but management fees are certainly what it costs to run the building. $180,000. Okay? Depreciation expense for the year is $22,000. It's a trick. Okay? Don't fall for it. What is the net operating income of the property? Well, it's $500,000 minus 50 minus 40 minus 180, 230, is that right?
Yes.
Your net operating income is $230,000. Net operating income, and there's a number you can do something with. Net operating income, the final part says, if there's a cap rate of 8%, what is the value of this property given the circumstances? 230 divided by 8% equals
2.875.
2.875 million, and that is the value of the property. Now, before I finish off this particular problem, I want you to play a game with numbers on this. You could possibly get a question on the exam that says, if the cap rate is lower, how will that affect the price? Or if the cap rate is higher? I want you to understand the inverse relationship between the cap rate and value. If this cap rate had been 9%, then what would have happened is, matter of fact, Lisa, solve that for me real quick. If it's 230 divided by 9%, if it's a higher cap rate,
2.55555.
it's lower, 2.555 million. Why? Well, if you need a higher rate of return, you have to buy the building for less money. Conversely speaking, if you found a group of investors who were willing to take 7%, they could actually pay greater than 3%. Now remember, this is typically dictated by the area where the comps are. So it's not like I can walk in and say, hey, I have a formula that I buy properties at 9%, sell it to me for 2.5. Well, if they believe they can get an 8% cap rate, then obviously they're not going to lower their price. What do I want you to do? Notice the inverse relationship between cap rate and value, okay?